Welcome back, everyone. We're going to be solving LeetCode 145, a binary tree post-order traversal. We're given the root of a binary tree. We need to return the post-order traversal of the node values. So example 1, they give us a tree of 1, 2, and 3. We need to return the values in the order of 3, 2, 1, so from the leaf back up to the root. So we are going to use a depth-first traversal for this. So we're obviously going to use a stack, and on this stack we will append a tuple of the node. In this case, we're going to start with the root and a visited status. We will say false at first, meaning we haven't visited this node, and we are needing to return a resulting array, so we'll call res equal to an empty array. Now we want to run this loop while the length of our stack is not equal to 0. What are we going to do? We're going to grab that first node and the visited status. We can do that by going node and visited is equal to stack.pop. Okay, now what do we need to do? We need to check and make sure that the node is not null. We can do that by saying if node is not none. We also want to check and make sure that we have or have not visited this node before. So if we have visited the node, then we want to take that node's value and place it in our resulting array. So we will say if visited is true, then we want to say res.append the node.value. Otherwise, if we have not visited this node before, we want to append the nodes in post order. So we will say, we also need to check and make sure that the children are non-null. So we'll say if node.write is not none, we will say stack.append the tuple of node.write, and we have not visited node.write yet, so we'll say false for visited. We'll do the same thing for the left side. If node.left is not none, stack.append the tuple of node.left and false for the visited status. And we also, we want to go post order, so we want to append our current working node onto our stack first. And we have already visited the node, so we want to mark it true. So the next time we run into it, we're just going to pop it off. Okay, so at the end, we should be able to just return our resulting array, which will contain our values in post order. So let's run this. List object not callable. We want to append the node, and we want to append it. Stack.append node and true. Okay, so rerun. All right, so it does pass all 3 test cases. We'll submit, and it does pass the submission tests. Okay, time and space complexity. Space complexity is going to rely on the length of our stack and the length of our resulting output. So we can say stack.length plus res.length. And our time complexity is going to be O of n, where n is the number of nodes we have traversed, or the number of nodes in the tree, right? We're going to traverse all of our nodes at most one time. All right, that will do it for LeetCode 145.